It's Uncle Daniel, the Vinyl Man, here with another episode of Uncle Daniel's Vintage Vinyl. Yes, children. Uncle Daniel's Vintage Vinyl, the YouTube channel that teaches you to despise yourself, as well you should. Well, you may be asking yourselves, Uncle Daniel, why are you speaking in that outrageous accent? And why are you wearing that stylish ascot? Well, Uncle Daniel is here to discuss a matter that should come as no surprise to you, but no doubt will. And what I am discussing today really calls for me to be in my truly natural element, that is, speaking in an outrageous accent and wearing elegant clothing. Because you see, today I'm going to be discussing why classical music fans, such as Uncle Daniel, are better than you. Yes, that's right. Now, this should be obvious to persons of the meanest of intellects, the most mentally negligible of those among us. But even that might escape you viewers of my channel. Because after all, if you weren't mentally negligible, why would you be watching Uncle Daniel's Vintage Vinyl? Huh? Yes, that is an excellent question. You can't answer it. I know that. Don't even try. Don't worry yourselves. I am here to answer these questions for you. That's why you subscribe to my channel. That's why you bumble into it and find yourself unable to switch away, no matter how desperately you may try. But yes, the question is, why are fans of classical music, such as Uncle Daniel, superior to you peons, you lesser persons? The rest of you. Well. I'm going to answer that question, but before I do, we do have a sponsor for today's episode. Today's episode is sponsored by Marvelous Millie's Magical Moments Massage Mart. Yes, Marvelous Millie's, home of the happy hands. Yes, you have to say one thing. You really have to give the employees of Marvelous Millie's a big hand, because they know how to do their job. Yes, they do. Marvelous Millie's, offering discounts to law enforcement officers with visual problems. Yes. Marvelous Millie's, located out on the outskirts of town, just past the city limits, out on the old state highway that was deemed almost redundant following the construction of the interstate, out in that strip mall between the nail salon and the tattoo parlor. Now, yes, visit Magical Millie's, or Marvelous Millie's. You will not regret it. Now, let us discuss why we classical music fans are better than you and better looking than you. But you knew that. Well, you see, I could explain to you by trying to explain the joys and the intricacies and the delights of listening to classical music. But I'm sure that you won't understand that, because if you did, you would already be listening to classical music. Maybe? Naturellement. So, I will instead explain it in another way, and using visual props, something that might assist you in learning something for a change. Yes, we will use visual props. So the first thing is, let's say, we can look at the covers. And I know that you like to look at covers of albums. The fans of popular music of various sorts, you have the most deplorable taste in covers. I mean, crass Orientalism. I mean, a cultural appropriation that is inescapable and undeniably bad. Inexcusable. Look at that. And, of course, one of the things that one so often finds on these albums, which is a scantily clad woman. Can they not afford clothing? Some of these albums verge on the pornographic. I mean, consider this, which might as well be a Playboy fold out. The Sounds of Love. What sort of sounds do you think they're talking about? Yes, exactly. The Sounds of Love by Andrei Kostelanetz. Others. I mean, bikini-clad women on covers. Look at this. This woman gently swinging. Yes. What do you think that's supposed to mean? Yes, she's there. Yeah. Gently swinging. Oh, I'm sure she's a swinger. No doubt a swinger. No doubt. One might hope better of Chet Atkins, the famed guitarist. But Chet Atkins, look, this woman is clad in a guitar. That's all she's wearing. She is wearing a guitar, and she's not wearing it very carefully, is she? You can almost see the naughty bits there. If you look closely, yes, you can't quite see them. I've tried, but you can't quite see them, but you can almost see the naughty bits. And we turn to something like this. It's a bit of emotions, and it shows a woman who's entirely nude. Look at her. She's entirely nude. She's covered up. She's also holding her hands over her ears because she can't stand the sound of this album. But that's beside the point. We get others. Just women entirely. Look at this woman, entirely nude. She's wearing paint. Who goes out dressed in paint, I say? Not even a Sherwin-Williams salesperson goes out dressed in paint, although it's an idea, it's a thought, isn't it? We get women's bosoms. Women's bosoms. Look at this. Now you can't quite see, but there are the... yeah, that's right. It's almost there, isn't it? And then we get to this one. Yes. Just shameless. This woman, you can see her you can see her I apologize for that moment, but yes, I've conquered my antipathy to saying the word, but yes, you can see here the woman's nipple. Just a nipple. On an album that was released 60 years ago or thereabouts. Obscene. This is the sort of crude appeal to the sensual emotions, to the bodily, that characterizes popular music. We have none of that among us classical fans. We classical fans, you can tell, we have album covers instead that look like this. Look at that. Look, just marvel at the beautiful purity of it. Just text. Just white paper and text, and on the back, big blocks of text. It's actually technical and informed and detailed. Yes, this is what we classical music fans do. Or sometimes one might find, for example, photographs of important musical instruments, such as this harpsichord here. Actually, it's a hammerflügel. No, it's a harpsichord. Yes, important musical instruments. That's the sort of things we look at. Not women's naked bodies. Disgust me. Sometimes we do look at people, yes. So, for example, here we have... Well, these were people that were badly stuffed, but they were at one point people, but badly stuffed and put together. And you can see, old white men who were very dead. They were already very dead there. One isn't surprised. And then on the back we see more old white men who are certainly dead now and might have been dead at the time the photographs were taken. Although, it's a good pose, one might say, for dead people. But we don't do anything, nothing. We never get to anything, like, oh, wait. Well, this is fine. Yes. Yeah. And this is, yes, this may have some Brahms and Tchaikovsky, Mozart, etc. on it, but this was for the popular crowd. This didn't really appeal to true classical music fans. We classical music fans, we enjoy, such. We listen to, in terms of vocal music, we listen to things with, important pieces like for example, Carlos Carmina Burana. Well, yes, it's a sketch. It's a drawing, right? And it is done in a modern primitive style. This is perfectly acceptable. This is nothing like those crude things that you look at. Yes, and the Carlo. By the way, the Carmina Burana is part of a trilogy by the great Orff, as I like to call him, Orff. Anyway, the next one in it is this. This is the Carmina Burana, and well, this is a painting. It's not real. It's not real. Don't pay no attention to it. No. Again, ours are, the emphasis on the crude emphasis on the breast. This is not something that we classical. Well, anyway, important music. This such as the Rite of Spring here, Le Sacre du Printemps by. Well, again, this is it's Henri Rousseau, Le Douanier. This is an important painting. This is a detail for an important painting. The fact that the woman is entirely nude, that one can see her pubic bush, that's no consequence. Pay no attention to it. Sacre du Printemps, one of my favorite pieces. I do love. I have a number of recordings of it. One should have a number of recordings of it, for instance. And yes, odd, isn't it? But this is again a sketch. These are mere aberrations, and it's just a sketch. One would not expect to see an actual woman displaying naughty bits. Sorry, excuse me. I was a little, I was pondering there. I was pondering the quality of the music and the brilliance of the performance. The conducting was wonderful. Yes, but wonderful stuff. We listen to, and if we listen to things like Scheherazade, which could be deemed somewhat Orientalist, but this is a very tasteful cover. One would not expect to find anything in this at all, that would be at all tasteless. Yes, very informative liner notes in it as well. One should read the liner notes. Yes, those are very good liner notes. I liked reading those. Yes. One does not find in ours crude Orientalism of the sort that mars so many of yours. I mean, here's another of the Scheherazade, Rimsky-Korsakov. This is not crude Orient, not in the least. Put it out of your minds. Yes. This is truly just an illustration from the tale of the tale of 1,000 Nights and One. True, right? Yes. No Orientalism there, none whatsoever. One thing we will not have among us is, just women flaunting their breasts. Again, an aberration, a mere aberration. Well, let's say this. Let us go to this at least. We'll never have terrible clip art album covers that look like they were created on a budget of 57 cents. No. Look, very thoughtful. The man is very thoughtful, and the woman does not appear to be fleeing from the giant Mozart head, correct? Or whoever that is. He's not peering at her luridly. He's just peering at her insanely. Yes, no, that's good. But this pop. Anyway, that is part of why we're better than you are. Now remember to like, subscribe, send me money, and also remember to visit Marvelous Millie's Magical Moments Massage Mart, where we're always happy to accept corporate credit cards, and your services rendered at Marvelous Millie's will be billed discreetly to Midtown Office Supplies. Yes, Marvelous Millie's, home of the happy hands. Do go out there after a long, hard day. You deserve to end it in a happy way. Uncle Dan, the Vinyl Man, wishing you au revoir and a bientôt.